So I got caught. My daughter pressed me, right? She's like, hey dad. I'm like, yo, what up? She's like, you know, this would be right.
Like we talk about our families affection, like person who should look at like how like
Yeah, I get you. So she presses me, right? So she comes, she's like, hey dad, well, you know, you're gonna get me 2 pairs of sneakers. So how about I go with 1 pair of sneakers,
You give me the money.
and then you can get me something I want. And I'm like,
All right.
I was like, I just bought y'all a PS5. I was like, what more could you want? I took the time out to find the PS5, to buy the PS5, to set y'all up with an extra controller and a game. I'm like, y'all got everything. On top of that, y'all have all the access to all the shit that I buy. I'm like, y'all lined up. She's like, oh yeah, well, you know, I just, you know, I think about it. Like the sneakers would be more. And she starts to try to sell me.
Wait, what does she want though?
She had me buy her Hogwarts Legacy, so she can run
The
around
game?
as a wizard. Yes,
How much is the game though?
it was 70.
Plus the sneakers though.
Only 1 pair, not the 2. She was
That
getting 2
sound-
pairs.
That sounds like a plan to me though. Cause if all right, I don't know how she is, but let's say she's not too big on fashion. She just need a new pair of sneakers for life.
Well, she got 1 pair like 3 months ago, and then she wanted the low top pandas that I got for my son, right? So she wanted those. She was like, I like
People
those.
love them shits, bro.
It's white and black, baby. Right. So I was like, all right, cool, I got you. I'll get you those. And then she was like, oh, well, then I need something that matches the rest of my stuff because I wear a lot of pink.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, cool. So I'll get you the ones, right? The black, pink and white ones that I used to rock for work.
Mhm.
I was like, I got her those. I was like, I got you these. All right. I was like, I'm gonna check out. She was like, wait, let's talk about this. That's what she hit me
Wait,
with.
so she's gonna get pandas and the ones.
She wanted to get pandas in the ones,
Mhm.
right? That's what she originally wanted, and I was okay with it.
So that was
Then
the
she was
that was
like-
the 2 sneakers.
Yep. Then she was like, I'll just do the pandas, right? And then I want something else.
But it ended up being cheaper for you.
True, but the thing is, the audacity of you to sit here and try to question it. Like,
You know what it
need
is?
sneakers.
Because
You
in
don't
three
need
in,
to be a
in 3
wizard.
more months, you're gonna have to still buy sneakers.
No, she's done growing. I don't think she's growing anymore. She's tiny. That's it.
Alright,
She's a dog.
All right.
I feel
6
bad.
more months.
Maybe. I don't think her foot's getting any bigger, bro. She's been the same size foot. Well, nah, she still got time. Cause she's 16. She's 14. So she might get a little bigger. The boys, on the other hand, are
So she
fucking
finessed-
monsters.
No, she ain't finessed.
She finessed me, but she sold me. That's the part that gets me. I was like, I don't think of my kids as like people centric, like people, because
Yeah.
they're not.
She-
So I would assume that selling someone an idea or selling someone on a premise or even a product, they're not good at. My daughter proved me completely wrong because I was taken aback by the fact that she's sitting here selling me how what one's gonna be. She was selling me on the benefits. She was telling me like, yo, it was. She gave me a sales pitch.
presentation.
Son, she gave me an elevator pitch.
What?
It was literally 30 seconds, real quick heat. This is why it's better. Get me
PowerPoint.
what I want.
PowerPoint presentation.
Nah, that would have been wild. If she would have came up to me with like graphs, I'd have slapped the tablet I had. I'm like, yo, get away from me.
Nah, but you bought it though.
Yeah.
That's what's up though.
Just off the attempt she came.
I'm the same way with my kids, bro. I kind of give them whatever they want.
It's funny, you
Like,
had that
'cause-
conversation. I had that same conversation with my brother. My brother was like, yo, these kids are so fucking entitled. And I was like, well, think about it. Who gave them that sense of entitlement? We
But-
do.
But it's not.
Like, if you never had to struggle, that's a good thing. And now the worst thing that can happen to you is, oh man, I can't believe I didn't get this slot in this class. Or I can't believe that we didn't have pasta this day. Is the worst for you? Then I did my job right.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we look at entitlement as a negative. Entitlement is something we work for so that they can feel like they never have to go under that.
But it do kind of.
It's a double-edged sword. Though,
Yeah,
at the same
yeah,
time.
yeah,
You
it is.
know what I'm saying? Like,
But I would prefer that other edge. I prefer them to have plentiful, and then you gotta deal with the result of having plentiful, than to have less and then deal with the result of having less.
or if you're going to bitch about it, the person you need to blame isn't them, it's you. I got to take the blame for them being entitled because I set their life up that way.
But you would want that.
But I
bro.
want
you.
that.
You would prefer that.
Correct.
You prefer that.
100%.
Not you would want that. You
I don't
prefer
want
that.
them to know what that struggle was. And that was the same
Yeah.
shit I told my brother. I was like, I don't want them to remember what it was for your stomach to be touched your back. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that. I never want that for my kids. So
That's
the fact
true.
that they never had to deal with that, and that's not something that goes through their mind. I don't have to
And
worry
it's
about
not
it.
even entitled. She like you made a compromise. Like you was gonna.
Well, in
spend-
her case, it's a little different.
Yeah.
I was just hyped that she sold me because that tells
Yeah.
me that she has communication skills.
Yeah.
Because
And-
I was thinking that like the kids didn't have it because they don't talk to me like they talk to everybody else. So I kind of lose some of that view on how they interact.
I look at my kids like the opposite of how my mom looked at. Like my mom used to look at me like everything I do, not everything I do, but anything I do, if I get in trouble, is the worst thing in the world. That's how she used to look at it. I used to be like, Mom, my friends are terrible. Like you should be like a little bit like, bro.
So
my friends do way worse shit than me. Like
that was.
I know niggas that's like.
That was the thing. That I told,
like what the
I
fuck?
told my brother exactly that. I'm like, yo, you're bugging. Because if you look at it like this, right?
You got good kids, bro.
We're
be grateful.
Like me and my brother did in spite of
the
the shit we were doing. When you look at some of the people we know, I'm not a fan of them. Like, shout out to them. They my peoples. If shit go down, they'll jump up.
Yeah.
But look at where their lives are in comparison. That's what struggle brings, is that. We're the exception to that. We're not the rule. We're not the rule, you dig? So that's where I was just like, nah, that shit crazy. You feel me?
Nah, I understand that. I definitely understand that shit, bro.
I don't know, man. I had a nice long conversation with my brother about that shit too. Like, entitlement and the way we see kids. Because my view's starting to change. I think my evolution as a poppy's not like a bullshit thing. I think that's legit. Like I'm turning into.
But nah, that's a good point because we often see like a spoiled kid like as a bad thing. Which it can be a bad thing. But then it's like what you prefer.
I'd rather my kids be spoiled because I know that you were taken care of.
I'd rather a spoiled kid than a kid that I gotta pay bail for.
And when you think about the life some of us lived, like I know what the inside of a jail cell looks like. I know my brother definitely knows what the inside of a jail cell looks like.
I'd rather a spoiled kid than a kid that's working at McDonald's and hated himself for 20 years.
Or that's the best that they can do because of the situations they put themselves in because of not having.
So I'd rather provide as much as I can and deal with that other shit later.
Nah, I'm with you. I agree. I fully agree. That's the shit that be blowing mine. Like that's the part that I couldn't wrap my head around.
Cause my kids definitely live a way better life than I lived.
Hands fucking down.
So
I was like, again, they never had to worry about their stomach touching their back. They never had to worry about going out and watching your back while you're going to do shit you're not supposed to. My kids don't do things they're not supposed to. Like shit like that. I never have to worry about that.
Like when I was younger, I used to be like excited at bad things.
100%.
Like
100%.
My kids,
that shit was lit. That shit was lit.
My kids don't think like that. Like
no.
They do little bad things here, but it's like their version of bad.
Yeah, but that shit is light. That shit is light in comparison. That shit is super light. Like, what's the worst that they did? Snuck some cookies. These niggas will never know.
Yo, I ate some candy. I ate a whole box of candy.
But it's not blue, son.
I ate a box of candy. Like, well, me, like, I used to see, like my uncle smoking and drinking and shit. Like, yo, I can't wait till I could, like, my uncle sneaking me in the back, like, giving me, like, I was one of those type of kids. Like, always wanted to be with the adults, paying attention to the adult conversations and shit. Like,
I knew too many things young that I probably shouldn't have because of the situations that I was in. And we got ourselves into shit all the time. You know what I'm saying?
It probably prepared you.
100% it did.
Because like what if like, all right, let's say a kid that never been in of those situations, what happens when he's on a train and like some shit going down and he don't really know what to do? Just because, not because he's scared or not because like just never been in it before, he just don't know what to do.
I would prefer that. And also to let them know to walk away. That's the easiest thing in the world. Walk away. Get away. It ain't your beef. Walk away. That's all I want you to do. Right?
Yeah.
Because my biggest issue was I always used to wind up being the person that was either conducting that bullshit or it was being conducted against me.
Yo. I'm in the spot. I got you right now. So I'm gonna tell a quick story. So my little cousin, she's from North Carolina, right? She lived in North Carolina her whole life, right? Mm-hmm. So she what's good, bro? She's from North Carolina, so she lived in North Carolina her whole life. So she used to visit New York often. She loved it when she came like during the summers and shit. So when she graduated high school, she wanted to be a flight attendant, right? Still 4-1. So look, so she used to visit New York, and she loved it. Every summer we'd be doing mad stuff. She's like, oh, it's not a lot to do where I'm from. There's a lot to do in New York. So when she graduated high school, she wanted to be a flight attendant. She moved to New York to live with my grandmother and be a flight attendant. The only thing is she used to have to get there for 5 a.m. all the way at JFK. And she didn't have a car at the time. She just graduated, whatever. So she had to take a train 4 a.m. Mm-hmm. She got robbed on the train. She ran straight back to North Carolina.
So all right,
She wasn't
I
ready,
get the
bro.
story.
She wasn't ready.
She wasn't ready. She wasn't ready.
She wasn't ready.
She wasn't ready.
Let me go get him.
Yeah, go ahead. That took me a second to be like, all right, I get the story now.
Bro,